Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing? Thank you for coming back
Ooh,
and joining me on the second video that we are having today. So, guys, I'm sure you must have seen this story blasted all over because it was carried by the international media. Queen Camilla managed to embarrass the UK again in a foreign country again. It seems like she's just not able to control her atrocious behavior when she is outside of her comfort zone, the UK. I mean, you guys remember this photograph, right? When she was in Kenya? Or, but this one was in the UK though. But she has a speaking face. She has a speaking face. She's one of those people who her face lets her down in certain situations and she's not able to control her negative feelings. Let's put it that way. Because except for when she's dancing with men, I don't really see her smiling or being flirtatious. I don't really see her smiling. So, but
cheesy.
in case this is your first time here, let me say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Isabella Banks' YouTube channel. We're nice over here. We discuss all things Harry, Meghan, and the level up journey. A stray bullet may hit you, but it's all in
Wow.
good fun. I'm Wheezy, and it's great to meet you virtually. So, Sussex Love is here with us today, this evening. She's back as well. Sussex Love, say hi.
Hello, Squatty family. How are you? Yes, we're back. Caddy Gabby. Hey, Lady Rose.
Hello, Lakiva 1000. Lakiva says Camilla is very hateful. I don't know. It seems like the only person she likes in this world is Charles and perhaps her children. I've never seen anyone in my life who
she
is,
makes she makes
yeah.
sure her children gets what they're supposed to have
Mm,
from being a part of the royal processions and being able to write their own book about the royal affairs. Like her son is getting ready to come out with a book. She makes sure her kids get just like she gets.
yeah. Well, anyway, let's go on. So, international media caught the moment that Camilla rebuffed the First Lady of France's friendly attempts to take her hand, perhaps to like comfort her or self-soothe, whatever it was, at that poignant moment where they both laid their wreaths at the memorial for the fallen men during the DD80 engagement. What do you know? British media, and this was actually American media. When you were asking me what the American media were reporting the incident as, I said I didn't really hear anything else. Was because this one was from Daily Beast, and they were the ones who reported that uh,
But
Bridget
that's
Mac
Murdoch,
had
though. Isn't that
broken the
Murdoch owned?
the
But
Daily Beast.
They're Murdoch owned. Isn't that
Daily
Murdoch's
Beast
people?
don't think so. Just a second. That's a very good question. And Daily Beast, but what I
Based
do
though,
know
right?
is that who owns who
But they're a
owns Daily?
British-based company, right?
No, it's American
Oh,
actually.
I thought they were British. I'm more
No,
along the lines of what the British people publish.
they have been slowly changing into British style.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Murdoch has trained people in the UK and he's gradually infiltrating all the American media with his people
Mm-hmm.
who are. bring their culture into the American museum. So it is
Mm-hmm.
American based. It is the publisher and CEO on that one is someone called Ben Sherwood, and it's based in New York. Daily Beast is owned by Barry Diller. Ooh,
Wow.
it's
You know, little.
so I'm just looking here, and it says it's a merger of. So the News Beast was an American media company and the owner of Newsweek and the Daily Beast. Okay, that's News Beast. I will look into it actually because that's a good question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Tina Brown. Tina Brown? Is it Tina
I
Brown,
know she
the
owns one
actress?
of those. Oh, I
Tina
thought it was Tina
Brown.
Brown, the British news reporter or gossip. I thought that's what Tina Brown they meant. She supposed to be co-owner of one of them. I thought they meant her. I didn't know they
It
meant
must
an
be this
actress.
one. It must be this one because it says Tina Brown and Barry Diller are founders of the Daily Beast Company. It must be
Hmm.
this one. In,
Okay, I thought she was that Tina Brown that writes those awful books.
it says, let's see, Newsweek formerly merged with the Daily Beast. Really? So the
Mm.
Newsweek, no wonder the tone of Newsweek has changed because it used to
Yep.
be more factual reporting on Newsweek, but
Hmm.
it seems like they're also changing to
Yep.
tabloid, tabloid as well. So Newsweek formerly merged with the Daily Beast, a news and commentary website founded by Tina Brown. The newly created joint venture was called the Newsweek Daily Beast Company, and Brown became its editor in chief. Okay. Well, it's a good thing that we looked into that so we can see where that is all
Hmm.
coming from as well.
Hi, little
And
Matt.
she is British.
You know, little Matt. Oh yeah. Hmm.
Tina
Hmm.
Brown is an
Little.
English American magazine editor. And no wonder they're able to influence the reporting on that paper. She was raised in the
Hmm.
UK. She says Brown was raised in Little Marlow, Buckinghamshire, England. Her father was a film producer and her mother a publicist.
Is that different from the Tina Brown that writes those awful books?
Hmm. She
You
has
know what I'm
also
talking about?
written
That Tina Brown.
for, in 1979, she was named editor of Tatler. So she's in with all of them. She's in with
Yes,
all of them.
yes.
She has also
Well, which
worked as the editor of Vanity Fair. Uh,
who is
in
that Tina Brown? That's the she's like a royal reporter. She's got blonde hair. She's older. She writes hateful books and tries to come over here and sell them. Is that somebody different?
I think that's someone different. Yeah.
That Tina. Oh, okay. Mhm. Little Max says that Camilla loves power, and Charles is her ticket to was her ticket to the throne.
Most likely. Uh, I don't know whether uh, who doesn't like a rich and powerful man. But the thing is
No, that's
that
true.
she came. I think I read that in her family there was someone who had been a royal mistress before now.
Yeah, don't you remember that story? They said that Camilla came up to Charles and said, "My great grandfather and your great grandfather were something, you know." And she said,
Right.
"How about it?"
Yeah.
She is
Exactly
she
that.
is a hua. Sorry, sorry,
But see, the
sorry.
thing is
Side
that
piece.
she's coming from a lineage of people who are. Can you imagine that being?
Huas.
Oh my God! For goodness sake! As
Well,
much
I'm
as they
sorry.
try to whitewash her image, that is going to be her legacy for. for I don't know whether it's something that can be scrubbed out of her name, because
Nope.
she is the most famous mistress who became queen.
Yes, that's right. That's right. She will forever be the head of the side piece affairs department.
Right. If there was ever a department of side pieces, she is the CEO, the head
Yes,
of
correct.
staff,
Founder, CEO,
head of state,
recruiter, recruiter,
the
everything.
founding member.
She went out and found what's her name?
Lady Rose says her great grandma was royal mistress to Victoria's son. There you go,
Mm.
right there.
All right. Thank you, Lady Raw. I knew it was somebody.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Camilla's behavior was just so unnecessary, and it just tells everyone the story about the reason why the royal family's relationships deteriorate like dust in the wind, because they're just so cold. How do you maintain a relationship with someone who behaves like they're cold fish? Like, you make overtures to them. If they've got something to benefit, they might respond in a lukewarm manner. But if they don't have anything to benefit, then it's almost like they even hold you in contempt for having any warm feelings. And they just never seem to be able to rise above their own sense of self importance.
Nope, she's a selfish individual. She
And
would be
even
a
though
narcissist,
the,
like they always say Megan is.
yeah, and even though the no touching protocol is a thing, right? But proper etiquette requires that if you're a host, you make your guests comfortable. If you're a guest and a mistake is being made in your presence, it's your job to smooth it over. That's what etiquette is all about. And they're supposed to be all about etiquette. Rather, they even say they founded etiquette. How is it that all the etiquette gaffes are being made by the people who founded etiquette? I mean, just look at the time when there was such a hue and cry about First Lady Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama
Mm.
touching the Queen. Look at the Queen holding Michelle Obama back. That's what makes her the Queen. Like, she knows how to handle situations without looking like she's an evil genie waiting to pop out of a bottle.
Mm.
And
Well,
look at,
she started it though.
yeah, and
What I
look
mean
at
to
the
say is,
difference. Look at the
go on.
difference. Look at the difference in the body language between Jill Biden and Bridget Macron. They're both first ladies. Nobody's being standoffish of the other ladies. It's quite obvious that they're both girls as well.
Hmm. Yep, they're close to the same age too.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Hmm.
and in terms of strength and power, there's really, when you're among their peers, how many women, no, just think about it. Just taking a step back from the situation. Let's even assume that we're not even thinking about Camilla against the backdrop of the many things she has done to Harry, Meghan, the royal family. Just as a woman, how many women does Camilla know who she can actually have a real conversation, who will understand the challenges that she is facing, who she can actually chat with about tips and tricks about how to remain sane in the environment where they eat, because it's a very rarefied air that they're all breathing, the first ladies of the different countries. They're not that many people that they can sit down and have friendly conversations with. Even amongst themselves, they can't be that free because obviously they're all from different countries, and they are holders of the nation's secrets. So they can't relax all the way, but they can have general supportive conversations as first ladies, because Camilla sees herself as royalty, right? To her, in her mind, she is superior to the other first ladies, to the first lady of France, the first lady of any other country. Whereas they're all more accomplished than she is. She just acquired the position on the flat of her back. Did
Yes.
she even go to school? I don't know whether Camilla is even educated. I will look into that. That's another good question. Is Camilla educated?
Is Camilla from an aristocratic family? Does
Good
anybody
question.
know?
Is
Seemed to
Camilla?
look down upon Kate because she was a commoner. So I was wondering, does that mean Camilla is
I
from
know
an
she has
aristocratic
links
family?
to the set because they all moved in the same circles, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she's from an aristocratic family. So I definitely will
Oh,
look into that. I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is that what I'm just saying is like how many women would like the first ladies of a country, because when you look at it, Charles's position in the world's stratum is head of state. So, in a sense, she is peers with Jill Biden, Bridget Macron, but yet she still holds herself to be superior, more because she is royalty, well, wife of a royal. But
she does
who?
think of herself as being superior.
How many people can
You know
she
what I
have
mean?
conversation with about what's going on? How many
But
people?
Camilla doesn't care about any of that, though. Camilla's not like that. She doesn't care about anything that's going on. She only cares about making herself look good. She wants and being comfortable. She has no care in the world about anything that's going on. She don't want to talk to nobody about nothing. She just wants to get whatever she wants and be comfortable. That's all she cares about. She could care less about what's going on.
Oh, well, yeah, I think I'm giving her a bit too much credit because I'm
Yeah,
assuming, which is mistake number one. You should never make that mistake because I'm just assuming if I was in Camilla's shoes, I would want to like hang out with all the first ladies and be like, yes. So what's going on? Where, oh,
because
where's
you're
the
an
danger
introvert.
at? Where's the danger at?
Oh,
Like, who should I speak to here? I know we already have our briefing from our offices, but on the ground situation is often different from the theory, which is what people said. And there is always a danger that people who are wealthy have. I mean, people who are not even as wealthy as these people are often get to have that problem. The problem is that very soon you become surrounded by people who say yes to you all the time. So 95% of the information you're getting is just tailored to get you to approve whatever. So you need somebody outside of your circle to really tell you what's going on so that you don't lose your sense of direction. Anyway, that's me, like I said, assuming that that's me assuming that Camilla is like me. I want to know what's going on. I would listen to my team and I will also ask people outside of my circle, what are going on? What's going on out there? What are they saying? What are they doing? In my country, they throw eggs and what was the other thing they threw at her and Charles? So where do we go to avoid the eggs? I
she's
would want,
not that
yeah,
bright. I'm
really.
sorry. She's just not that bright. She really isn't. you know, she just gets in the car and goes.
Oh, let me just look at the comments. So we've got Thierry who says a mattress mistress can never be superior to anyone just because Charles rewarded her for being his mistress. She's still a mattress mistress. Miller is not a people person. That would account for her behavior. I thought Camilla was Catholic and Anglican. At this point in time, I would say she is from hell because if she was a Catholic, well, she was obviously having, well,
Broken all the rules. If she's
well,
Catholic.
yeah, yeah. Allegedly,
She
they say
broke it
she was
all.
having an affair while she was married, and then she broke up a home. Then she has done some dangerous things. So I don't even think she can even lay claim to either of those things, Catholic or Anglican.
Yeah, but she's the head of the English church, so her and her
Well, she's the wife of the
adulterer
head of the
partner,
English church.
yeah, the adulterers, the head of the English church.
Lady Rose is coming through with the facts. She says she came from aristocrats. Her maternal grandmother, Sonia Rosemary Cubitt, she was an author and aristocrat married to Baron Ashcombe. Well, she
All right,
obviously
Lady Rose.
wanted to improve her station in life and she went for the
So,
heir to the throne.
yep, she slept her way to the rest of the where she wanted to go, and she looked down on Kate because Kate is a commoner. She felt
Mm.
that she shouldn't be there. It's all right her being a whore, but the commoner.
Yeah.
Okay,
Woo.
sorry.
Lizzie and others tended to rebuff Camilla quite a bit, so now she takes pleasure in playing queen. Deep in her heart, she knows she's a scab, so now snubbing others is her way of self soothing. I agree with that. That's true.
Absolutely. Because the
That's
Queen didn't
true.
want any part of her. Queen Elizabeth II didn't want any part of her. And
So
Charles just wore it down.
we one day we need to do Camilla's family tree because this is quite interesting. Rosalind Maud Shond, mother of Camilla, was the daughter of Baron Ashcombe. Okay. Well, if they're going to take the trouble to look into Megan's ancestry, I think they deserve the favor back in return.
Oh yeah,
Gwen
definitely.
Daniel says she kept it all in the family.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Gwen.
guys, before we continue, can I just talk to you about the membership of this YouTube channel? Let me invite those who have not already joined me to support this channel by joining the channel membership. Okay. In case you're wondering what the benefits of joining the membership are, let me break it down. First of all, we've got the first level of membership, which is the Harry and Meghan Roadies, just loyal members of more or less another name for Sussex Squad. And it's for those who want to show their support and be part of something bigger. Wait, first of all, you get a patron shout out, your chat is prioritized, you've got member milestone chats, you've got channel badges, and uh, another patron shout out. Okay. Join us is £4.99 and we have a goal of at least 100 members on our channel membership. There's another level which is more for the people who are YouTubers themselves. It includes everything in the first level of membership. It's patron shout out, your chat is prioritized, and then you have a channel YouTube spotlight rotation on our channel, among other benefits. Okay. And all of this support to the channel will be put towards the larger vision for the profits that comes through this channel. The ultimate goal is to establish Festival Farms, which is a non-profit organization dedicated to boosting female empowerment in Nigeria. The goal is to reintroduce etiquette training and promoting promoting the gospel through music. The, ultimately, just going back and trying to do good and create meaningful change. As much as we have left the motherland for the longest time, we are the ones who are tasked with going back to rebuild wherever we can from and however little the change we can make is.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not enough to keep complaining that these people have colonized us and they keep on colonizing us. But point is, what are you doing about it? Is what if
There it is.
life worth living, just living for yourself and without committing to any particular cause, what is actually creating change? And go back to my town, it's called Benue State. Benue State is known as the food basket of the nation. The people there sell their produce under such very harsh conditions at the very
Mm,
cheapest rate, and they are wretched. Wretched. All sorts of things that come with poverty happen there. But I
mm,
have thoughts that if we're able to do something and it in its own way is able to benefit the ladies, the women, the ladies in the place. So all of those things that happen to women when poverty takes place is
mm,
eliminated. Now the men are forced to get up and do something about themselves. So, you know,
mm.
um, I am done just making commentary about all that is going wrong. I'm not even the kind of person who likes to sit back and just make commentary about everything that's going wrong. What are we doing about it? What are we doing? Even if it's just a little thing, it's something.
Right.
Yeah, even if it's just a
It's
little thing, just like
progress.
we talk about the activism Tuesdays that we do on this channel, even if it's just
Hmm.
a little thing, it's one step closer.
One step at a time.
Yeah, because somebody said one time, how do you eat an elephant? I have a question for everybody in the chat. How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. So people look at all the issues in the world and they get overwhelmed because they say the problems are too many. But if you start from somewhere and you do it a little bit at a time, then you will get somewhere. That's what I'm about. That is
There's a
what
lot
I.
of problems.
Mm,
There's a lot of people too, as well.
yes.
God has gifted everyone with something. It's not always monetary. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's your time. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's mentoring a younger person. So it's not always money.
Exactly.
When many people gifts, and you can choose to share your gift to uplift any way you would like. It's not always monetary. It's sometimes just in your own community you can make a difference. So
Exactly.
it's so it's about, it's not too big of a problem. It's about whether or not we're going to, as a people, each and every one can make a difference separately, but you can also make it as a group as well. So it's
Hmm.
just different ways to do it. There's no set way. It's
No,
about everybody working together.
that's exactly right. Well, the thing that we often find is that, and I feel like the world leaders, they do it deliberately. They create so many burdens of oppression on people who are working that, and you can see it just directly by the way the people in the UK more or less not even reacting to all the corruption and that is happening around them, either by the whether by the government or the royal family. Nobody seems to be able to react. They're too busy chasing a way to survive. Anyway, so that's kind of um, my take on it. Like, I'd like to get to a position where I can, in my own small way, just begin to correct, even if it's just one person or two people, whatever it may be. It's making a difference. It's making a change. Now, going back to our conversation, looking at these photos of Barack and Michelle Obama from their visits to the UK got me nostalgic for their presence in the White House. Who remembers? Anyway, Jill Biden and Joe Biden have definitely settled the White House from the chaos that the Orange Monster brought when he
Mm,
came into power. But I still miss the Obamas. It's just I still miss the Obamas. Joe has some swag about him, but there's just something about Barack Obama. He's just swagalicious.
Yes, Swagalicious. That's what Michelle said. She should know.
Yes, he's just swagalicious. So I'm
Hmm.
going to share some more photographs with you from the time when they met the Queen, just because. Just look at this beautiful dress that Michelle was wearing. She's really looking very toned and beautiful here. And Barack, their posture just shows how much respect that they gave to the Queen. And I'm not going to repeat what I said about what the Queen was
Hmm.
wearing.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I wanted to add something about that. It's always been because you had to help me explain to me the relation and Great Britain about the dependency they have on each other. Because I thought Ireland was more like, for example, our president, our current president, his mother said to him when she was still alive, and he went over to England.
Mm,
His mother said to him, "Don't you bow to her."
mhm,
You know. So I thought that they had a much more contentious relationship
mm,
because of the way people that I know still feel about them, and the things that happened during the I don't want to call it revolution, but when the
mhm,
IRA was in top
mhm,
gear. Uh,
mhm,
but I forgot having to have those still close relations. I thought it was much more contentious because of the
mhm,
Irish people that I have met that are very
mhm.
uh, they have a lot of issues with them.
Yep, yep,
You know.
yep. No, all I was saying is geographically, they're closer to
Hmm.
each other. You cannot,
Right.
they are independent of England and the
Hmm.
United Kingdom. But if there was a serious policy which the United
Hmm.
Kingdom wanted Ireland to enforce, more likely than not, if they will be able to get them to agree to it, because
Hmm.
um, it's just like two countries that are placed adjacent to each other on the map. They share borders, they share a lot of things. And if you're looking in terms of strength, UK is stronger than Ireland. If you're looking in terms of military force, the UK is stronger than Ireland. If you're looking in terms of everything, really, the UK is stronger than Ireland. So, while they may be independent and their sovereignty may be protected by several agreements, but if there was a discussion about something that they wanted done, they also come into the table with the things that are unspoken, which is their military might, their financial might, and all the things that they would be able to do for Ireland, which Ireland cannot do for themselves, that Ireland
But
relies on the United Kingdom for.
okay, I don't want the people in the comments and the watchers to get bored. Britain has declined dramatically. They rate the British Army to the point where they don't feel that they could really protect Britain if it hit the fan, because they've decreased in so much. This not just operationally. They say that the army is in bad shape. They say
Hmm.
that in your economy is in bad shape. You
That's
don't have
because you're
trade
looking at
agreements.
England as only the British Army. The British Army plus
Their
everybody's
allies
army
will.
who they have a relationship with, which is all their
Okay.
allies.
All their allies. Okay.
All their
Gotcha.
allies. Yeah. You do that all the time. I have to keep reminding
I
you.
know
I
because I'm
know, I
thinking
know
about
that's
when the
why,
on the
because it
allied side
commonly,
with Ireland. They're weak and their position is weaker. That's why I can't understand it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to tell you that that's why. What? Okay, if UK was such a small island, don't you think that they would have been overrun by their neighboring countries all this while? The British people are annoying. The only reason why people they have not been colonized by another country is because of the relationships that they have been able to enter into
Mm-hmm.
with allied
Yeah.
nations.
Okay. Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to change this topic before everybody gets bored. But
Yeah, no, that's
I thought they
fine.
messed up all their relationships when they broke the treaty with the European Union. I thought everybody was pissed at them.
Yeah,
That's
they
worse
have more
shape.
strength than
Yeah.
that. You don't forget that the royal family, most of the royal families in Europe, actually, the British royal family have relationships with them too.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
I know it's annoying, but this is what I keep on trying to explain over and over.
Yeah.
It's when you say UK and you think, oh, it's just the island. No, actually, is you have to look beyond just the island on the map, but who is behind them?
Just didn't
Is
understand. I just didn't understand. I thought they had pissed their allies, everybody off. That's what I thought when
mm,
they exited the Megxit or whatever they call it, Brexit. I thought they pissed everybody off. That was that
they
in
might
Europe.
have
That's
done
what I would
from the
thought.
government level. They might have done from a government level, but at the end of the day, the royal family has most of the European houses emanated from the British royal family. They all have that's why they're all close together and they all seem to have one relative or the other from the other European royal family. So
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Lorna Williams actually just confirmed what I said. She said most of the European royals are descendants from Queen Victoria, which is British Queen Victoria. And British royals are related to Belgian king, Denmark king, etc. So you can't,
Mm,
when you're talking about, we've seen how, okay, the royal family should be completely separate from how governance in the UK works. But are they separate? No. On paper,
no.
they are,
Mm,
but in practice, they're not. That's what I'm trying to explain to you about Ireland. They would say
mm,
on paper they're an independent country, but in practice, how do they actually relate with each other? They have to have agreements in place for the relationship to work in order for them to
mm-hmm.
remain independent. So
Okay.
at every point in time, why do you think Ireland wants to remain part of the EU? They want to remain a part of the EU while the UK has left the EU because when they're part of the EU, they have access to an opposition's army against the UK.
Mm,
Where the UK is looking
okay.
at the relationships that they have with Commonwealth nations and allied countries, and it's not just the EU or European countries, but other allies that they have all over the world. So, yeah, it's not just the small island.
It's just me. I just want everybody to walk away from them. I want the Commonwealth to walk away from them. I want all these to say, you didn't want to sign the treaty with us. We're done with you. I want everybody to abandon them. That's what my problem is.
Yeah, yeah, but is that going to happen? No, no,
No, probably
because
not.
the
Okay.
UK has developed deep relationships with people, and most of the people that they have in power in these allied countries are people who came from them, like the Denmark
Hmm.
country, the royal
I
families in
got
these
you.
countries, they're
They're
all
too
British.
intertwined, is what you're telling me. They're too. I got it.
For them to just completely separate like that, no, not gonna
Hmm.
happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywho, let's go on. So I would say the Queen was very good with social graces. I would say compared to what we're seeing now, and just look at how gracious she was with the Obamas. Every
Mm-hmm.
picture, it just seems like they were smiling in
Well, they are
very.
very charming people. Both of them, Michelle and Barack, are very charming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they know, and they're both very well educated, so
Yeah,
they know how to, deal with places where they people didn't feel they belonged because they were black and having to prove themselves.
yeah.
They're kind of used to a trying atmosphere and having to overcome it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was so taken with Michelle that she would break protocol that they blame Michelle for doing, but it was really the Queen that broke the protocol first. So I was
Yeah.
surprised that she was that taken with her. That surprised me. That really, really surprised.
I think you also have to look at the politics of what was happening at the time. And for all that the UK and America keep going back and forth. Okay, just to give you an example of what we were just talking about, which was the size of the UK. Their size is deceptive because when you look at them, you will think, oh, there's just an island in surrounded by water. But their relationships all around has secured them so that it's not just that one little island. In their relationship
Mm,
with America, America is huge compared to the UK. I think America is
hmm
50 times the UK, actually, if you look at it. But
California is bigger than the UK.
exactly. But
Yeah,
then, how
bigger than
come
them.
they've not been overrun? How come, in terms of negotiation, they always are almost at par in terms of negotiation? It's because of their relationships with other countries, allied nations all around the world, resources
Hmm
as well that they have. This is just another photograph of the Obamas with the Queen. They're so vibrant in this picture. Can you just, it's not even just because of Michelle's fuchsia pink that she's wearing. You can just sense
Yes, I
like
love fuchsia.
energy coming from both of them. And
Hmm
the Queen and the Queen's consorts, Prince Philip, actually pale in comparison to the Queen. Anyway,
Yes, indeed.
and in this one, she was really just looking goddess like in this photograph. She
Kind of
really,
angelic. Yes, she was.
yes, she was really, even like Prince Philip, he looked like he was putting his shoulders back, just very proud that he was standing. Can you see? Can you see?
Yeah,
Just look
I
at
could
him.
see
Look
he's
at his
actually looking
posture.
at. He was actually smiling. I said, he hardly ever smile. You know, that was like that was tripping me out. All those pictures from that.
Oh my gosh. And then just going back to this issue of Camilla and Charles's attendance of the DD80 celebrations, have you guys noticed that that like Kate, Camilla is one of those women who does not do well in the company of other good-looking and accomplished women? Uh,
Hmm
Camilla seems to come to life when she's in the company of men.
hmm Yes.
I mean, just look at this one and just look at her with Arthur Edwards. No wonder he always looks like he wants to cry. When is Harry coming
Oh my God. I feel nothing for them. Nothing. Nothing at all. I'm just happy that they're suffering. I'm sorry, Lord, but I really am happy.
Anyway, these photos to me look like Charles is apologizing to Macron for his wife's awkward behavior. He must be so used to it by now. It's been almost 30 years they've been together, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, and this
Mm-hmm.
one, I suspect he must be saying, you know how women are. You know how women are.
I expect you to think I'm married to a bitch. You understand, right?
My chest. Oh
Oh,
dear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And then this is King
Camilla is
Charles
being
looking like he's
awful.
and this is King Charles looking like he was apologizing to Bridget for his wife's behavior. Although I think it's
Didn't look
protocol
like
for
Camilla
him.
liked it. Look at Camilla's face there when he was kissing her hand.
Yes, there was a photo. This one cuts her out of the photograph, but she didn't look like she was enjoying the exchange. But you know
Mm,
what? It's
mm-mm.
actually protocol for King Charles to kiss the hands of ladies of the peer who he meets in formal settings. So he was just following normal protocol. But it also looks, can you see, it looks like he was looking at her while he was doing it. Like,
Mm.
you know how speaking glances, let me say, put it that way.
Charles is a bit whorish himself.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Woo. So, guys, if you have anything you would like to contribute towards the conversation, as you can see, we are going messy and messy, messy, messier. What's the word? Messy,
Call
messier,
in.
messiest.
Call
Call
in.
in
Talk to
and
us. Talk
share
to
your thoughts
us.
with us. Do you know there was one day, um, I can't even
One day
remember.
little Mac is gonna call in and say something. I just know one day we gonna put that link out there and one day little Mac is gonna call it.
I've dropped the link in the chat if anyone would want to come up and say something. We're not going to stay long though. I promised myself it will be half an hour each one. We overshot the time in the first video by I think 10 minutes, and this one we've done 17 minutes over, but we can do like 10 to 15 minutes. And if anyone wants to come up and have a chat with us before we
Come up. Speak your mind. Come speak your mind.
round up the
We
video,
wanna
that would
hear it.
be great. While you're doing that, let me let me talk to you about the next series of human interest topics that we are thinking about discussing in our community. And this is what I said, that I think I'm going to need help from people on the channel to deal with. So the plan is to discuss things like racism, dealing with success, divorce, debt, dealing with work-related stress, retirement, menopause, making the decision to go to a retirement home, how to stop a cheating partner, rebuilding your life after a crisis, parenting your parents, struggling to stay relevant in the workplace. Racism found its way on here again. That means it's a serious one. And traveling solo after the age of 40 years old. So, guys, if you have any stories to tell about any of these topics, or you have suggestions on a topic you would like us to cover, please send me an email so that I can organize all the video sessions before we actually start doing them, because I need to get all the sessions organized before we actually begin, so that we can just do like a season of topics, rather than doing one topic and then struggling the next week for something to talk about. So, if you would like to share your experiences or stories on any of these kind of topics, send me an email, and I will get in touch with you and we will organize and work out what the story would look like and how to organize the video. I can take it from the perspective of I am looking to do these videos from the perspective of knowing how to overcome the challenges in these things. Like I said, I'm not someone who likes to just sit back and complain about the situation, but how to overcome the situation. If you're also someone who has overcome any of these things, your voice needs to be heard. Remember, we rise by lifting others up. So if you can
Mm-hmm.
contribute towards these, please, I'm waiting for your emails. Please let them come in thick and fast so that we can organize the next, let's say, 12 videos. We'll choose a day and deal with one of these topics one by one. Because um, I've checked out my audience. I did a deep dive into my audience, and you can see that 70% of the people who are my audience are over the age of 50, which means that we have dealt with one of these things at one point in our lives or the other. So, any experience you can bring to the table would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, so
Yes,
nobody's coming
indeed.
up.
Oh,
Nobody's
okay. Don't
coming
be shy.
up. Nobody's coming up. So, that's fine. We have come to the end of this second video, and that's all I have. I am going to, I think starting tomorrow, I am going to be doing a video series on how Rishi Sunak scored an own goal. He's literally helped himself to lose the election. If you're interested in that, look out for my video tomorrow. But most likely, I'm expecting that a lot of people who are glued uh, locked into the current election journey right now will be the ones who will be watching that video. Most likely, they will also join the conversation when we're having our Sussex time videos. So,
All right.
okay. So, before we go, let me just look at the chat. Little Mark Neva Walter says the colonizers, before they officially abolished slavery on the books, they implant their own government in every Commonwealth nation. So they will forever abuse blacks and people of color. This is what I'm trying to explain to you, but I think she put the words um, better than
Very
I.
nice, nicely put. Very
Yeah.
nicely put. Yes,
Mm.
that is exactly what they do.
Michelle dress matches Prince Philip's tie, and let's look at that actually. Was it this one?
I
Oh,
think
I
the
didn't
fuchsia
even
one. The fuchsia one.
notice. That
I
is
didn't either.
absolutely
Wow.
true.
You know, they. I think they
Oh,
were because Barack's shirt matches the queen's dress.
yes.
Maybe they were trying to coordinate. That's cute.
That's
I didn't
really
notice that
cute.
the tie.
No. Little Max says, why is she wearing gloves? She probably heard that that's what they do in Buckingham Palace, so she was trying to be compliant. um,
Yeah.
Hi,
Yep.
Carmen. Hi, how you doing? Kathy and Charles is senseless. Okay. Yeah, Chucky is saying I can't take that sour milk anywhere. It stink. It
Oh
stink up
wow.
everywhere.
Wow.
It stink
Really
up
feel.
everywhere. Look, I have to keep apologizing after her. And this is what we are seeing at close quarters. Can you imagine what it must look like in Buckingham Palace? It must be absolute chaos. He said this photo of Camilla dancing with the photographer just shows how compromised Camilla is. She is low and enjoys going even lower. Yeah.
Although Donald Trump meant it in a different way, when it applies to Camilla, it's meant in the way it should be. She's just a nasty woman
Mm-hmm. Let's see
in every way.
where that photograph is. Yep, this one. Her and Arthur Edwards. Oh,
Look how
gee.
she's there. She's tactless and she has no class. There's no class anywhere to be found,
She
anywhere
is
near her.
at this
I mean,
moment. She is on his level, like she on. You know how she is just the same as he is in this moment. In this moment, right here, they are the same. If he wanted to lay with her,
she might.
and he would have be able to achieve it. And
What do they say in limbo when they're dancing? How low can you go?
go right. Charles trying to flirt with his eyes while Macron looks straight over hat of Camilla. Let's look at that. Mm,
Yes, gross.
I
The
didn't see
gross
the
woman.
photograph. Mm. Wheezy, my WhatsApp phone is broken. I'm waiting for the replacement. I'll talk about these topics after moving to my new house. I'll keep you posted. Lady Rose, you know when you
Yeah, you got you found a house. I don't think she took. Maybe
it
I.
looks like you found a place, right? Is that right?
Yay! Or are you saying when you find one? I don't know which one she's saying.
Anyway,
Are you
so
saying you found one already?
Camilla is one of the most ungraceful women I have ever seen. Yeah, you found one. You didn't tell us so that we can
Yes.
congratulate
Yes.
you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You stopped
Mm.
doing the tours, so we didn't know whether you found the new one or not. Congratulations.
All right. Good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad.
She says
All
I
right.
found a house. I'm closing on the 15th, which is in 6 days' time. Okay, that must be so exciting.
Yes, I'm happy for you, Lady Rose.
Does anybody know where Cynthia is? I think I might email her to find out
I was
what
wondering.
happened
And
to her.
also, what about what about Church Nellie? Is she okay? Because I've been sending prayers to her. Is she okay? Church
Okay.
Nellie? Does anybody know? I think she
I don't
had
know.
some health issues.
Okay. Congratulations! Congratulations and celebrations
Yeah.
are in
Hip hip
order.
hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Congratulations. That is really fantastic news. Good for you. At least you stopped going from house to house doing the house inspections now. We're moving on to the next thing. Little Max says Church Nelly is on the mend. She was in Baron's chat yesterday, so she must be good if she was in the chat.
Thank you, little Mac, because I was worried.
Lady Rose says, I appreciate you for all the support. Wizzy, I owe you $1. $2, please. $2, not $1.
$1. $1.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. That's all I have for today. And until the next one, take care and have a good night. I'm going to call you
Uh,
Sussex Love after I end the live stream. Okay.
all right.
All right. Take
Good
care.
night, squatties. Sussex
Night,
family. See you on the
everyone.
Sussex streets.
Bye.
Bye.